YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Knowledge here from Gamers of the Playground, and today I'm joined here by Javi for the Nerds with Glasses podcast.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And here at the Nerds with Glasses podcast, we talk about all our favorite nerdy stuff of the week.
Just things, whatever we found.
That's been going on, happenings of the week.
Yes, and I want to say there was a pretty big, movie kind of just franchises just hitting us in the face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just like a car with these two franchises face just came and smacked us all.
Dude, it's a double hit this week. We got two huge franchises, two huge movies. I guess we'll start with Jurassic
World.
Park. Yeah, Jurassic
Park.
I'm sorry,
Jurassic World.
That's the new one.
It would be perfect for this one to be called Park, because it is a theme park.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to pick this shit apart. Like I said, I'll preface this by saying that I'm gonna watch this movie, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah,
to watch.
Definitely.
Okay, the first thing that caught my attention was, why was the mom sending off her two children
by themselves?
Yeah, and she tells them if something's chasing you, run.
Why is it so not did they is this a completely different from the original? Does no one realize what the fuck?
Did nobody learn that shit happened and people died? Did they forget in San Diego in part 2 when they brought the Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Right. So let's say they.
Is this a parallel universe where this didn't happen?
Let's say it is the same universe, and for some reason they just didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
Let's just say they didn't hear about it. Why would you send your kids to this place with dinosaurs? I want to know the setup. This must have been the greatest advertising campaign of all time.
Yeah.
To be okay, we're just gonna send millions of kids here and parents and whatever. This is a nice thing. Fucking dinosaurs. I would love to see dinosaurs in real life. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But there's no way I would just be okay, this is gonna be okay.
It'll be fine. We can control them.
Right. The first dinosaur I guess that we see that I was just really was the shark scene, the feeding scene.
Okay, top 10 dumbest scenes of any trailer of all time. There's a huge Free Willy there's a huge Free Willy type fucking aquarium where they keep apparently 10,000 foot long
alligators.
I
forgot the name of it. I remember I knew the name of it.
Okay, yeah, it was some crazy dinosaur who they can eat a shark with one bite.
Right. Did you see how protective those fences were?
Yeah. Those fences were
10 feet tall, I swear.
No one could fucking get through those fences.
Yeah, there has to be this thing. I guess it seems like the dinosaurs somewhat domesticated now.
Yeah.
Because there was that other scene I mentioned to you where Chris Pratt's character is riding his motorcycle.
Oh, at the end of the trailer,
he's being chased. I mean, I don't know if he's being chased, but it looks like he was being chased by velociraptors. Yeah. To me. But it's okay.
It's he's taking a Sunday walk.
Yeah,
nothing
midnight stroll.
I was telling you, I think what happened was when they filmed that scene in green screen, they're like, Chris, you're chasing after the dinosaur. You're just focused. You're focused, dude. Okay.
Focus, fierce.
And then somebody in Hollywood, one of the producers was like, you know what would make that scene better if there was velociraptors chasing after him at the same time. Best idea ever.
This is based purely on the trailer that we saw. So it could have been explained somewhere else, but we're looking at the trailers. That's what we saw, and the trailer just made it look ridiculous.
It was just so stupid. It's we're okay, maybe he raised the velociraptors. Okay, maybe.
He's a Pokemon trainer.
Yeah. I know. Can he unleash now? Can he tell these velociraptors to attack?
Scratch.
Yeah. Exactly. We actually saw the attack in the trailer because there are scratches on the wall. Very good.
Now the other thing, probably another very why is that a genetically modified dinosaur on what seems the eve of everyone in the world is at your park.
Yeah.
And you're gonna kind of reveal your hybrid.
Yeah, you're gonna create this new dinosaur, and not only that, it wasn't some leaf eating.
No, Why would you make a leaf-eating dinosaur?
No. You're gonna crossbreed like fucking Velociraptor with
Tyrannosaurus,
and
just
fucking the flying one.
Yeah, because one of the things I got from the trailer was Chris Pratt was like, it depends on what kind of dinosaur they cooked up.
Yeah,
just like, so maybe it didn't jump, it was trying to fly.
Yeah,
it was learning how to fucking fly. Like,
oh
okay.
God. Yeah, because we need to make sure it can fly, so it can fly off this island. So Jurassic World 2. Maybe it's a reboot. Have we looked into that?
No, I mean, I honestly just went off the trailer. I didn't even. I wanna watch this movie fresh.
Okay, if it's a reboot, it makes a little bit of sense.
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking this up right now.
It's a sequel.
Okay, we just looked it up. Confirmed Jurassic World is a sequel, not a reboot. So yes, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Why the fuck they would why the hell they would recreate this park that massacred all these people?
It only massacred the workers on the island, Mike. Doesn't mean it'll kill everyone else.
That's true.
Until you invite them to the island, of course.
That's right, because in part 1 they never really got to open the island. They were just testing.
They were testing it.
Yeah, I think to me the one thing I was like, at some point I was like, is this a parody? Like, is this?
Do you think that like that's the daughter of the of the old guy? Like his life's work wasn't complete, so she wanted to finish it.
Yeah, maybe the mad scientist type of thing, where it's like, oh, it's some brilliant work by my father. Get the fuck out. The one thing that had me dying, the one line that just I was just laughing was when Chris Pratt was like, we had to evacuate the island. I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming.
No, I like when they were talking to him about the dinosaur. Like, you guys made your own dinosaur? Doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah,
like, no, it doesn't.
You think? We could have brought the 5-year-old in here to tell you that shit. Like, what the fuck?
The 5-year-old would have made a beast-ass dinosaur, though. Yeah. He would have wanted to make a dinosaur.
True. But he would have still thought it was a bad idea.
Yes, he wouldn't actually be like, okay, let's do it, like, please. Like, he would just be like, you know, it would be cool if we put wings on it. Like, they probably did get a 5-year-old's idea.
Yeah.
Like, let's just put this together. Yeah.
Some 5-year-old's drawing of a sick-ass dinosaur. Crazy, dude. I don't know. Regardless, like I said, we're going to watch it. I know I'm going to watch it, but it was just like, come on, man. Like, come on. I don't know if this is a step up for Chris Pratt or a step down.
I mean,
it's obviously a huge franchise.
Yeah, but from the looks of it, it looks like a step down from, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
But the movie isn't out yet. It might be, it might be somewhat different from what we're expecting it. You know, it could end up being really, really good.
I would bet $1 million that it's worse than Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And I haven't seen it yet. But my thing is it a step up for his career?
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I wonder if that impacts it positively to be in such a big movie, or is just like, damn, this movie sucks. Chris Pratt was in it. Like,
or it could be like, the silver lining was Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that's true. It could be like, oh, he was great. The movie sucked. Yeah,
he's a really good actor. He almost pulled the movie through.
Dude, now watching the trailer, I understand why the fuck he turned down Uncharted. Because remember, he turned down Uncharted.
Yeah,
he kind of looks like fucking Nathan Drake there. You know, just the way he's dressed and I was like, fuck, you should have done it. Well, I don't know. Uncharted probably gonna suck too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I would trust a video game movie still.
Yeah, until they make one good one, one
great one.
Yeah. All right. So the second trailer, which premiered on Friday, and everybody knew, probably the biggest deal of the whole week, the year, the biggest movie deal as far as like a trailer.
Just a fucking teaser.
Yeah, as far as a teaser, yeah. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This trailer was also bad.
It was just, honestly, most teaser trailers aren't, well, actually most of them are very good at capturing it, but this one was just like, I don't know, it didn't, I guess there's stuff already out about it, you know, what it is about, but the trailer didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, it just shows you images.
Yeah, it just shows me images with no context whatsoever at all.
Which, in fairness, of course, that's what a teaser is. A teaser is just supposed to get you excited about what's gonna come.
It got me excited because it's a Star Wars movie, you know.
Yeah.
But after a little bit, I was like, okay, I want to see more now. I don't know yet. I don't know how to judge it yet.
Yeah, there's another one. I'm 100% watch.
Yeah, definitely.
100% gonna watch it. Midnight release, but it looked cool. Stuff about it looked cool, but just
the X-wings over the water.
That looked amazing. Yeah. I love the camera tracking, which some people complained about because they said it looked too much like Star Trek, like the way the camera was moving around the Millennium Falcon, like it didn't feel like Star Wars-esque. It didn't feel like that, you know, because they've had a certain style, even though they've had different directors for almost every single movie, because George Lucas didn't direct all of them.
Right.
But it still had this certain. Well, I mean, I guess it's not even the director, that it's the cameraman.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And also, you said like even the beginning. For some reason, I heard Benedict Cumberbatch from the second Star Trek movie, like his voice.
Yeah, like I don't know who that guy was. I know it's a Sith Lord. I'll bet money it's a Sith Lord.
The very beginning.
The narration of he narrates throughout. I mean, at least in the beginning and the end. But it definitely sounded like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
It sounded like Khan. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I loved him in Star Trek.
Yes.
He was awesome, but then it was kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
he's just in everything, or
like is he just in anything that starts with star? Like he's in it. I don't know. Like
he's just taking all these giant fans because he's also in what's called The Hobbit. You know, so he's just like
he's a dragon. Yeah, he's Smaug. A couple of nitpicks. Like I said, whatever. It's just a teaser, but I'm a nitpick at it. Okay, the first thing that caught my attention was the very first scene. And I think this is more of a criticism on Star Wars as a whole genre, as not so much of this, but like, and this is honestly not racist or anything.
Okay, that's what you say before something racist.
Yeah, exactly. Before you say something racist, but okay, the first guy who pops up is African American guy, right? And the first thing that came to my mind was like Key and Peele. Like he was in the stormtrooper suit. Yeah. And you see, and it just felt off. It didn't feel like, I was like, what? But I think that's, like I said, that's a criticism on Star Wars of how little, the only African American you can think of is Lando Calrissian. You know, like, can't think of any other African American.
Samuel Jackson.
Like, those don't count.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, those first three don't count, or whatever. Episode 1, 2, and 3 don't count. But yeah, even Sam Jackson, fine, whatever. But
yeah, but they're still so spread out. It's just like, okay, like, and the way they showed him, it was just like, you know, they just kind of brought him up.
Like the way he popped up, it just seemed like a
skit. Skit.
Yeah, it's just like a skit. I don't know if anybody else felt that, but like I said, I don't know, it's just, I think it's a criticism on Star Wars for not presenting enough African Americans on the movie, because you're just like, when you see one, you're like, what the fuck? Like, in a stormtrooper suit? What's he doing? Yeah. The second thing that caught my attention was the sword, bro.
Right.
The sword. Tell us about the sword.
I don't know how people feel about it. I personally didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah, the lightsaber.
So it's a lightsaber with kind of like kind of like a two-handed sword hilt kind of feel.
Yeah.
With the two, you know, points on the right where the blade ends.
Yeah.
Made out of the plasma of the sword, which were just like, that doesn't seem very practical.
Yeah, it seemed stupid.
Because like the only thing I could think of is, you know, to protect the hand from when a glancing blow and that slides down, but there's like a giant piece of metal still kind of there, so it can hit. That
would just get chopped off,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, what is it for?
It doesn't make any sense. So the sword is really long. You could tell it's longer than a regular lightsaber.
Right. Okay.
So some theories, people were like, okay, there needs to be hilts to keep it balanced. I'm like, okay, well, why do they just put a hilt on it? Like, why
a metal
hilt? Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to have like light plasma. Like
the other thing I was thinking of is, you know, the whole twirling of the blades that they do.
Yeah.
It seems like that could easily
cut your hand off.
Cut your hand off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, granted, these are, you know, masters with the lightsaber, but still, it just seems like it would limit your mobility with the sword. Like you were mentioning to me that it must be that whole thing they're trying to go with the Darth Maul dual blade.
Yeah,
they're trying to capture that again.
Yeah, it was just because when fucking the first first trailer came out or teaser, whatever it was for the Phantom Menace, and that's one of the things you see. You just see, like people were like heads exploded across the universe, like oh my god,
and it only helped that guy was such a fucking beast. Like the actor was such a fucking monster with that.
Yeah, and it didn't even matter then because you hadn't seen the movie anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but he looked like a beast, and it was just like you had never seen that. But in that case, it makes sense to have a double-sided.
Yeah, because
you can see the strategical advantage of it, you know, if you learn how to fight with it. But like this just seems stupid. Like,
yeah, because I mean I've seen bow staff and people usually hold it from the middle kind of thing,
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have worked like a bow staff, but I'm just saying like that's what I'm comparing it to. But it just doesn't seem like. I mean, granted, we'll have to see it in action to actually, because like they only showed just like the teaser before, they just showed the sword coming out. So maybe there is some practical use to it.
And and
it has to be.
Like you said, maybe they explain it really well, and you're like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Or like I was thinking too, maybe they just wanted to throw it out there and see how people reacted. And I know people were like, well, "That's dumb. Like it's just dumb. It doesn't make sense." If they
were going for design, I guess.
Yeah,
I could have gone for something better.
Maybe if you're like 7 years old, right? Maybe if you're 7 and they're just like, "Oh my god!" Like, but I think anybody above like 10 was like, that doesn't make sense. Like that's a design flaw, bro. Like,
you know what it would have looked awesome though, even though it would have been the worst lightsaber ever. A double one of those. Like it would have been the worst lightsaber ever, but it would have looked amazing.
Just like fucking in the middle, just a rotating sphere.
That's all you do, spin it.
It's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, yeah, dude, dumb.
The lightsaber though. Something I mean, it could be just the graphical way, but I did like the way it looked like lightning instead of just like kind of like a beam of light coming up.
Yeah, and then like I said, that was some of the theories that I seen where people were just like, it's really unstable.
Yeah, because we haven't seen the other lightsabers. It could be that the other lightsabers are so normal looking, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And this one's just like a completely like the Excalibur kind of thing, like this sword or this lightsaber that's just.
Yeah,
like was created and it's too powerful for most people to handle, kind of thing.
Yeah, which now you say that too, it makes me think maybe because it's unstable, it needs like outlets of energy.
Yeah, I just thought of that now too. Maybe
like,
I mean that would make sense, like kind of like a smog thing, like
somewhere like a heat dissipation device, like, because it does like it trap. Yeah, like it looks a lot longer, and it did look just like really staticky, and and I like that. I like that too. I did like that.
One of those two things came out. I was just like, okay.
All right. Was there anything else that bothered you about the trailer?
Not really. I mean, other than that, I don't remember anything.
How'd you feel about the fridge?
The what is it? Her moving her fridge across the galaxy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the way that speeder or whatever it was looked. Like I like their like smaller design. I guess that's more like a commercial use.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping that because what we're talking about is a girl gets on like a speeder bike and takes off
on a refrigerator.
Yeah, but it's like this huge refrigerator looking thing. But I was like, hopefully she can ram people.
Yeah, or maybe she just stole that. Maybe that is like like a merchant's bike that she just took.
Yeah, which would be cool.
Yeah,
and the devil's in the details. They need to explain these little things, if only because Star Wars fans are so like crazy that you can't just gloss over you can't gloss over these things, and
we're not even that hardcore, and
no, not at all. I mean, like I love episode 4, 5, and 6, and I grew up watching them on like VHS, like over like I know those like the back of my hand. I hated episode 1, 2, and 3.
Right. I mean I would watch them, but yeah, I didn't like them as a movie. Like they didn't feel like Star Wars, or in a sense like they didn't feel the same. But
they're just missing a soul. That's what the new trilogy was missing, and all those little details. People are like, "Come on, bro!" Like, I mean, like, there's, of course, there's things in the old trilogy that are like that too. For example, isn't that a major design flaw that they leave one little hole that can destroy the entire Death Star?
Should we patch this up? No, bro, it's fine.
Wait, is that on? That's on Harvest Moon?
Blue Harvest? Was it?
Blue Harvest?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, it's just like, I can go patch it up right now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like if there's a hole that can destroy the whole Death Star.
Yeah, but you need to be able to shoot a 6 foot whatever from like 20 feet away.
It's impossible. Like, don't worry about it. Nobody's ever gonna hit that. Like, yeah, I mean, it's there's things like that too, but the new trilogy just was soulless to me, and I don't know. I mean, we can't tell anything right now, but the stuff that I did like was I like the camera work. People were saying that it looked too much like Star Trek, but
I don't know, whatever. It's kind of like that movie multiple times. I don't know if it's. I mean, it might have been a Star Trek thing, but
yeah,
that's how a lot of camera work seems to be done.
Yeah, I like very fast paced, intense action.
That scene with the stormtrooper legs, I think it was showing. They were like it looked like they were jumping out or something. That looked really cool.
That I like exactly. It felt different. It felt like something that you wouldn't. It's crazy how you notice those things because it's. It just felt different. I don't know. I can't describe it. It felt the camera work in Star Wars just doesn't work that way. They're kind of more on the outside looking. This one felt like really in there.
Yeah.
Like with the stormtroopers, they felt like they were about to drop into battle or something like that.
I really liked. I don't know. So just the robot, the one that was rolling.
Yeah.
I really liked the design for it for some reason. It was a cool little design.
Yeah.
Like. More, I guess, more practical than the original, like R2D2 style.
Yeah,
robots.
Which doesn't make any sense. Like looking across the desert in your little ass wheels. We love you. We love you, R2D2.
But this one was cool. It was like a fucking ball.
Yeah. Yeah, it did make fucking sense. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, because literally they just showed.
Yeah, they just. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here's a ball rolling in the desert.
Here's the new R2D2 guys.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, I like them. That's what I feel like. They were just like throwing shit out there. It was just like, how do you guys feel about the refrigerator? Like,
is it too small?
Yeah,
Do we need to make it bigger? We can make it like one of those double decker refrigerators.
Yeah.
Like.
And then, like you said, what you liked, the first thing was the X-Wings. And it reminded me of Star Fox, to be honest.
Dude, when they're coming down, the very first mission almost.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like on the water. So it's just, I really like that because, they're always the dogfights are in space. So there's a whole different feel to it. But you never really see them fight on the ground.
Not the X-Wings, I believe. No,
yeah.
You see the other... I think you see them when they're fighting I can't remember the ATs. Is that what they're called? The big camel-looking things.
The AT-ATs or whatever. Yeah. In the snow.
Yeah, in the snow.
Yeah, which was different because those are like they had some X-Wings there, but the main engagement in that is like
exactly. But I'm saying you do see them, but like just look just sick, just them like gliding almost along the water.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see like a dogfight on a planet. Like I would love to see that.
You know what I want to see now that you mentioned Star Fox? I want to see people's faces pop up on the screen.
Yeah, I'll go. I got this. Gonna watch it, of course. Can't wait. I can't wait to see more trailers so I can just break it apart.
I definitely want to see at least just one Jurassic World trailer that shows a little bit, because I really don't want to like go into that movie knowing too much, because I know it's gonna be disappointing.
Yeah.
I want to be kind of like just throw whatever you're gonna throw at me, and I'll.
I think you saw the whole story.
Yeah,
like,
that is
in
true.
The trailer,
yeah. But I don't want to like. I mean, that is true. Yeah.
It was one of those like I think you saw the story from beginning to end. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, they didn't fucking leave anything out. They need people to come watch this movie. That's probably the only scene you see like a dinosaur that big where he jumps and gets the shark or something. I don't know.
That'd be sad.
Just jumping really back fast on the Jurassic Park. Yet again, the digital age sucks, dude. The dinosaurs just don't look as good as. Mechanical.
Right. Like the mechanical.
Which the original had mechanical and like digital effects, but like it just felt so much better. Like,
I mean, I do like the way these look, but it does have a different it does feel different.
It just feels so sterile. I don't know. It feels so like.
Huh. Okay. I didn't get that a lot, but I can see. I can now, like, looking at it, like, thinking about it now, I can see that a little bit.
And of course, like, for a scene like where that big dinosaur jumps out and eats the shark, that's impossible without digital effects.
Right.
So in that case, it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? But it's the whole Star Wars thing too. It's like, I prefer puppet Yoda. You know, I prefer real Yoda as opposed to
the one that fought.
Yeah, and then like, or if you want to make him fight, which was a great scene. Just make that digital. It's not like anybody's gonna be like, "Oh God, he looks digital now." Like, of course he does. Like,
I'm sorry, we couldn't get a puppet to move like that.
Yeah.
Or get one of our 4-year-olds to get into the costume and jump around like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. One of the biggest culprits of that is, if you watch it now, it's so obvious. Is The Matrix Reloaded, and the scene where Neo fights like 1,000 Agent Smiths. Like, I remember when I first watched it, I was like, it's so real. Like, I can't believe.
Now you watch, you're like, what version of this?
Yeah.
Like, is this like the unedited?
Yeah,
version?
like, is this like the pre-production, like fucking final production? Because it just seems like it jumps from human to animated movie. And it's kind of jarring, but at the same time, the scene is so cool. You're like, whatever. Like,
it is. Yeah, it's just so much more noticeable now, seeing how real stuff gets. Kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So jumping on, MLG Columbus happened this weekend.
For all you Call of Duty fans.
Yeah, or for all your Esports fans.
Esports, yes.
And it was really, really, really good. If you guys don't know what Esports is, which I hate the name because there's so much fucking stigma about it, about sport, whatever. It's not a sport. It's just competitive play. But Call of Duty has been growing a lot lately. It's still not even near being one of the biggest.
No, you have
games.
CS:GO, which you said hit
600K this weekend, like concurrent viewers. Which is a lot.
League and StarCraft and Dota have always been extremely popular. Yeah,
but Call of Duty's been growing, and MLG is really taking on Call of Duty as their main game, and is really thriving. And I was so happy this weekend because I love watching the competitive Call of Duty because I love competition at its highest form. And for something that I like to play a lot, it's cool to, it's like I love playing basketball growing up, so that's why I always love the NBA.
Right.
You know,
when I was younger, I used to love playing baseball, and I used to love watching on TV. Now, not so much anymore, but I used to.
And that's why people always compare it to sports, because that's what it is. People are like, "Oh, you're so stupid watching people play video games," but it's the same thing with sports. It's like
you could be playing the sport instead of watching it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I tell people, because they're like, you could be playing Call of Duty instead of watching it. But I was like, I'm not the greatest.
Yeah, I'm not even.
I want to watch Kobe play. Yeah. I want to watch Michael Jordan play, Magic Johnson play.
I mean, I have fun playing, but I also want to watch people that are good, extremely good at this.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a fan of it. So, I mean, whatever. But this was like probably the best tournament I've seen since like Black Ops 2, because Call of Duty Ghosts was a terrible game, and it was even. I mean, I still enjoyed watching it because at that point I'm already invested like in the personalities of the players, and there's all these stories,
all the drama.
Yeah, there's like storylines that happen between the players because of the drama that happens outside the game.
WWE, like
yeah, it is. Like, it sounds weird, but yeah, there's all this like Twitter drama, which is so stupid, but it's like, it's just entertaining. It's just like stupid entertainment. And but yeah, this one was actually like, the game is just fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I remember watching the game itself. Is the way they play it is so fast compared to how I play it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Where you like turning a corner, just trying to find.
You know, I'm still trying to get used to the speed of the game, and they're like already light years ahead. It seems like.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that. What was it, the uplink match?
Yeah,
between,
Optic
and FaZe.
Dude, it was amazing.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Dude, if you guys... Uplink was a new game type that they were going to play at MLG. All the pros hated it, mad at it.
And it was like the most hype
Yeah, and then the thing is that you've noticed that they started to like it because it's weird because you have a ball and it's kind of like basketball, like
kind of like basketball, soccer, all that, like hockey, whatnot, whatever. It's all like
mixed in,
that typical score and shoot game.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was just the most intense match of the whole weekend. And I think after that, like I can't see the pros
taking it out.
Yeah, because
even if the pros don't want to play it, I don't see MLG pulling that.
Yeah, and that was my argument from the get-go, because even in the beginning it was so much fun to watch people play uplink because it's so intense, but like the pros were like, we have to play it. It's just like whoa, I don't give a shit if you don't like it. I enjoy watching it, because at the end of the day,
the professionals, we're the ones watching.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, the viewers are what matters. And at the end of the day, you're not a professional gamer. You're not a professional athlete. You're a professional entertainer. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, that's how you're making your bread. That's how you're making your money.
Yeah, if people don't want to watch you, why would MLG?
Yeah, like, it was fun as fuck to watch.
Yeah, it's one of the things, like, before I, really got into, like, games like, for example, StarCraft. I was never really super into those real-time strategies. Yeah. But I was just like, how could people like enjoy watching that? Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess it would be the same thing if someone that doesn't play video games at all being like, how could you watch someone play Smash Brothers for 6 hours? Whatever. It's like, it's entertaining. It is fucking. It's
entertaining to you. So like, I don't even know. But see, it's one of those. The argument will keep going on slowly. More and more people are understanding, but I always just argue that with, it's just like when people watch a show about cars or something, like I'm not into cars, so it's not always entertaining for me. Or if somebody's watching a show about cooking or something like that, it's just like, it depends. Some of them can be entertaining, but for the most part it's boring.
Yeah, I can't watch football, but I can watch hockey and soccer just fine.
Yeah,
like it depends on whatever it is. And I mean, there's so many people playing video games that there's more than half of them are gonna enjoy watching someone else play.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really into the game, it makes sense that you want to see how the best people play. How the best players in the world play. You're like, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me. Yeah. But yeah, the sport analogy is really good because that, for all the people who say that, they're like, how can you watch somebody else play video games? And then you tell them, well, how can you watch somebody play sports? Oh, it's different, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, okay, if you want to do that, watch a game of fucking, what's the name of that sport and fucking that's played around the world? Cricket. Like, you have no idea what's going on. I'm sure it will be boring to you. It's athletic.
I mean, and I'm sure there's be some moments where you're like, oh, that was interesting. Yeah. Same thing if you were to watch, like, someone play a video game, you'd be like, oh, that was... How'd they do that?
No, that wouldn't happen.
It wouldn't. They would just completely shut it down.
Yeah, let's be like, this is so stupid. This is so stupid.
Inside. This is the greatest thing ever.
But yeah, high hopes for this year. I think it's going to be a fun year for...
another year for Aches.
For fucking patty cakes. Yeah. Best. He really is the GOAT. Yeah. After this. If you guys don't know, one of the players, Aches, he's been really good for a long time.
Right.
And
he's been on like the dominant teams for a while.
Yeah, like the past 2 years, he's been like one of the most dominant teams of any fucking sport or anything of all time. But that team broke up, and then he just beat one of his old teammates for the first tournament.
And not only that, but you were telling me that he's won the first tournament of every single Call of Duty since
like Modern Warfare 2. Wow. Yeah, which is crazy. But people are like, who cares? Whatever. All right, we're moving on. For those of you who like Call of Duty, it's exciting year. Exciting year, guys. Exciting year. All right, so there's been a lot of fucking...
Something you're really happy about.
I am, but I don't know what it is yet. So because there's been a lot of buggy games that have been coming out recently, so... The number one, the culprits, Assassin's Creed Unity and Halo Master Chief Collection. We read that Ubisoft is saying that they're gonna give
the first DLC, I believe, or whatever. Maybe not the first DLC, but
if you bought the game,
right. If you bought the game, I don't know. Maybe there was a deadline. I forgot to. I didn't see a deadline on it. But it says if you bought the game, you will get the first DLC for free. And not only that, if you bought the season pass, I guess they're kind of reimbursing you for the season pass and giving you one of their other games, which would include The Crew. I think Far Cry 4 was on there. Like, it seemed like they were trying to like kind of like take away their season pass because they're not done with it yet, or I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't explain that, but because they're discontinuing it for right now.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to buy it right now. I don't know. Maybe they're doing that so people don't buy it and be like, oh, I want the free game.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a bit. You said Far Cry 4 and
I want to say I saw The Crew. Let me just check right now.
All right, so we just looked it up, and yeah, you can get a free Far Cry 4 or Watch Dogs or Rayman Legends or
The Crew, which is coming out.
But if you purchase the Assassin's Creed Gold Edition
or Season Pass,
so even then that's still good. And you say, I think anybody who bought Assassin's Creed will get the first DLC.
Yes, the Dead Kings or something like that. I think it was called.
Obviously, still unforgivable how bad the game was, but I don't know. Like, if it's me, they like won me over right there. You know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't take much to win me over.
Yeah, like you throw me like a free fucking $2 game. Yeah, like a free $2 gold. I'm like, all right, guys, it's okay. Like, I'm a softie. You win me over fast with that type of shit. Yeah,
especially because I've loved their games from before. It's not like
and that's the thing. They have great games. It's just some of them have some issues, but they have great games. So. So I don't know. I don't know how many people are still gonna be like, "Fuck you," because they've been just catching so much. They had to do this. They had really no choice because they've been catching a lot of fucking flack, a lot of criticism from all over the internet, from all over Twitter sphere. Fucking fuck Ubisoft. I'm never buying anything Ubisoft again.
How about Far Cry 4?
I know, like the next week, and then the next week they're like defending Far Cry 4, like, "Oh no, such a good game." So I think that's good news. The other thing was 343.
Another unforgivable, unfortunately, act
that's unforgivable.
The main reason everyone bought the Master Chief Collection, besides the main reason they bought it was for multiplayer.
Yeah, or the majority.
The majority of people mainly bought it for the multiplayer.
This is just an estimate for me, but I'll say like 80-20. 80% of the people bought it more so for the multiplayer than
and even if they didn't buy it for the multiplayer, that's probably what they're going to be playing more because the replayability of that is so much greater than replaying a story. Yeah,
so that game's been broken from the beginning. It's starting to get a lot better. They've been releasing patches, and so recently Bonnie Ross, who's one of the head people there.
I thought she was the head. No.
Yeah, I think she's probably like the head of the studio of 343. She said that they were gonna compensate everybody, like early adopters. I guess was a word.
Yeah, they always use that word, early adopters.
Yeah, like they're gonna compensate people who bought Halo Master Chief Collection with something, but we don't know what it is. But so it's the same thing with Ubisoft. Like, they're basically apologizing for having a shit.
Oh, piece of shit. Yeah.
What do you think though? I mean, I don't know what the fuck they would give.
I mean, because you already get all the maps.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing in my head they could have given people.
Like free DLC maps.
Yeah, free DLC maps, unless they're gonna release more. I really don't know. Like,
I was saying, like, maybe my thoughts were like maybe they'll give you earlier access to the beta or longer access.
What if they just give you the game? Like you get a free Halo 5.
Break Halo 5 too, so I can get Halo 6 for free.
Which I don't think that's what they'll give us. But,
no, of course not. That'd be fucking ridiculous.
But it's just like, I can't think of what they can give us because the game has so much in it. Like, what else are they gonna add?
I guess they could add some gear to. Well, not really. Not enough.
No, because I mean, especially after hearing what Ubisoft kind of gave, I think.
Well, you know what they could do is maps, but remake them. So the thing was, for Halo 2 Anniversary, they remade 6 maps, right? So when you play the Halo 2 Anniversary playlist, you only play 6 maps out of the 20 or so that are in Halo 2. So maybe they remake another 6 and maybe I think they're planning to do that already.
Yeah,
and charge you for it. So maybe you get those for free. That'd be nice. I'd be pumped up for that because Halo 2 has some really good maps.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, but yeah, it definitely is one of those things where I don't know how many people are, or how many new people to the Halo games are gonna be like, yeah, that was enough.
It was just such a missed opportunity, dude. Like, I was just so saddened by this because I'm such a Halo fan, and Halo to me is one of the top 5 franchises, and this is just like a black eye on that franchise. And the thing was, there were so many people who were ready and pumped up to
hit level 50 in the rankings or whatever their ranking is now.
Or just people like new fans who are ready to play the game.
Right.
You know? And then it didn't work for the first couple of days, and I don't know how many of those people are going to come back. Because I know for myself personally, like, it's not that I'm spiteful. I'm not spiteful, but at the same time, it's like I want to try it when I want to try it. If I don't try it then fuck it. Because this same shit happened with GTA 5.
Online?
Online, because it came out like 2 weeks after the actual game came out. And then everybody was ready to play it, and then like my friends really wanted me to play it so we can all get like a crew together or whatever. I made my character and everything, and then it kept glitching on me, and I tried it like 3 or 4 times. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. And then they kept telling me like, oh, it's fixed now. Like 2 weeks later,
they gave us like $1 million.
Yeah. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm done. Like I already tried. Done.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a fan of Halo. I'm not a fan of GTA for at all.
Yeah.
But I do love playing the multiplayer with my friends, like in Halo 4.
Yeah.
I forgot GTA 4.
Yeah.
And Halo 5. I mean, I played a little bit after, but I was like, nah.
Halo 5.
Halo 5. God damn it.
GTA 5.
They're the same. But yeah, the GTA 5. I was just like, nah. I don't wanna get it.
Yeah, I mean, people said it was fun, but at that point, I was just like, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, I wasn't really that pumped up about it. That day, I was gonna try it. That day, I was ready
to give it a chance
and play it. And then if I kept having to restart, and then just like for me, who's somebody who's not already a fan, I was like, man, what the fuck, like, like fuck this, I'm done.
Like let's bring Halo, like the Halo Master Chief. I'm lucky I haven't bought it yet, because I would have taken it back, and like I love the game, and I would have probably played like for the story, but I really wanted to play the multiplayer. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, I would have not been playing it.
So sad, bro. It's just such a missed opportunity. I don't know how many people are gonna go back to play it. I know all the fans will. I know I played it, like, of course,
right.
But like I had my cousin of mine who's kind of a fan, not a huge fan, but he bought it and he was ready to play. And like I don't think he'll ever pop in that disc again. Yeah. But that's why it's just like, okay.
It's over.
Like, yeah, fuck it. Alright, last story is Sony is focusing on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so if they haven't been doing already, you know, if people have been, some people don't, I mean, this isn't like unknown knowledge, but Sony has been kind of like, been doing very bad in the business side. They've been losing a lot of money.
They've been losing billions of dollars every year,
whatever the fiscal
billions and billions of dollars. But on the positive end, the PlayStation 4 has been a massive success. Right. Like
I still hear that it isn't like comparative, like they still don't make as much margin, you know, the margins or whatever, but it's still kind of interesting that, you know, they're going to be cutting back on their TV and phones, which they were pushing for a while.
Yeah.
And going to be focusing all towards the PS4, which I was thinking, like, people already have it.
Yeah.
How much more sales are they going to be making from the system itself, right? And right now they don't have any exclusives. So coming next year, they're going to have to push really big with the games to be selling there.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure they're going to want to come out with like apps and stuff like that to also push, because I don't see how they're going to be pushing that much with just the PS4. Or not, I mean, it's not only that, but like I don't see how much this is going to make them.
I mean, I don't know, because the thing is, they really don't need games to sell PS4s. Like, I don't even think people know that you can play Blu-rays on the Xbox One. You know what I mean? Because PS3 was smart enough
to include
that was theirs. So I think that people, like, obviously people like us who know about these things, like who are really hardcore gamers, we know all these little details. But I think a lot of other people who aren't as hardcore will just be like, oh, PlayStation, they play Blu-rays. Xbox doesn't. You know, like just little things like that. Like Sony has been like literally geniuses with their PR. With their PR.
Oh, I have to buy gold to play Netflix, you know, before.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, now you don't. But that was a big kind of plus for PlayStation. I think even in the Wii, you didn't have to pay for...
Yeah. And all those things...
Yeah,
exactly. Those things that people are like, oh, yeah, the PlayStation, you can just do this, and that. So I don't, like... And like I said, their PR is like, oh, Microsoft is evil. Xbox is evil. It's the devil's console. Like, so I think that they'll be fine. Like, I mean, because how many Xbox 360s and PS3s have sold? I think they're pretty even now. I think they each sold about 80 million consoles. So I mean, to me, that means that market is out there at least. And right now, PlayStation 4 has sold maybe like 15, 16 million consoles.
Very well for...
So like, they're doing really good, and they have a big market out there. So I think they're doing the right thing by focusing on the PlayStation, because who gives a fuck about Sony phones?
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Sony
It seems cool they're cutting the fat.
Yeah,
you know, in a sense to say.
But like you said, I don't know how much it's gonna help to push those, because their whole idea is we're gonna focus on the PS4 and we're gonna use the PS4 to push the other things.
Yeah, because they're gonna, you know, try to make apps for TVs and stuff on the PS4 and stuff, kind of like, I guess, integrate what they had. Or maybe plans of what they were doing and do something different with the or something similar. I mean, with the PS4.
Yeah, I don't know if you can save those other things.
Yeah,
like the PS4 is gonna be it's a success, and it's gonna be a success. Period. They're gonna have games eventually, like because they're gonna have Uncharted, and they're gonna have you know, they're gonna have those staple games regardless.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, even though they don't have shit now, but neither does the Xbox.
Neither of the games do.
Yeah, Nintendo does.
Nintendo, I mean, their sales with the what's it, Smash Brothers was pretty good.
Hell yeah, Smash Brothers is shit.
I think two of my friends, or no, one of them for sure, Black Friday. I don't think he was even planning on buying one.
Yeah.
Bought it.
Just because it was just like, oh, it's so good, I gotta get it. Yeah, dude, and the best deals were because Nintendo didn't even have deals. They're like, we don't need deals. Like, people are gonna buy this shit because they have to have.
The
Smash
best
Brothers.
deal I think was the Xbox price wise.
Oh yeah.
The PlayStation was probably second because they gave me with the 2 games.
If you wanted those 2 games, it's a sick ass deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the GameCube, god damn it, the Wii U.
What the fuck is wrong with you today? Like,
the Wii U is just like, we have Smash.
Oh, okay. Like, that's like the whole argument and shit. It's just like if somebody argues like Xbox or PlayStation, they'll give you a long list of like
Smash Brothers.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Never mind.
No. Okay. I wonder how much they're gonna make off of Amiibos. Now that I think about it.
Oh god.
No, I was at the stores. They were all sold out.
I know. They're gonna make a bunch. I know they're gonna make a bunch of money, and they do nothing for you.
They level up.
Yeah. And that's gamers.
That's all it does.
Yeah.
Does it level up? Okay. I do want at least 2 of them. Like the characters I actually like. That they're cool little things to have for that.
Well, see, my thing was it would have been cool if you can level them up and train them basically. So they're basically like your Pokemon.
Right.
Okay. I don't know why they didn't advertise it that way. Like, because I don't think anybody even understands what the fuck they do until they get them.
And I think most of the people that bought them just bought them based off the fact that their character.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was just like...
I think Link and Pikachu were gone. Kirby was almost gone. Mario was gone. Peach was like, there was like 3 of them left at the store I went to.
Yeah. It's just like, what did they do? People don't know. I mean, just for the statue itself is good. It's a good purchase. Because like, they're really nice. But it's just kind of like, what the fuck did they do?
Right.
So yet again, Nintendo, your PR department sucks.
Step up.
You need to hire whoever is working at Sony and pay them whatever you need to pay them. And like, I guarantee you have the product, sell it.
Yeah.
Xbox One and PS4
don't have
anything, but there's
besides the hardware, quote unquote.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like, and they're still selling this shit. Like, come on, guys, come on. But yeah, I don't think this whole. I mean, focusing on the PS4, I think is the right move. Because that's what's gonna make them money.
Yeah, and you know they still have other things going for like the Blu-ray players. They still pretty much own that. Yeah. You know what? And then
they're all. I mean, they have their handprints on everything.
Yeah. And then you know they still have the licensing, which you know I was hoping that with these like troubles they'd be selling stuff off. Yeah. Like I want to see Spider-Man back in Marvel's hands, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, they still have that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But it's all bad though. It's all bad because look how they've treated Spider-Man. Damn it! Oh well, you like the Amazing Spider-Man.
I like the first one. The second one kind of was thrown together, kind of weird.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah, I didn't. Not too much.
And then like they have the Bravia TV. They have like the Sony Viola laptops, overpriced and not that great.
Oh yeah.
The TVs are cool, but they're all expensive. That's the thing. It's just like they're expensive. The phones. I've never met anybody with a Sony phone except for you.
Oh, the Ericsson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From like 2008
yeah, that was
or
a
some
while
shit.
back,
Yeah. Like I've never met anybody else with a Sony phone.
Dude, it was so good. You can get the GBA emulator and just don't have to worry about the because I play like a lot of games where you have to use the R and L button.
Yeah.
And you can't play those games with the touchpad.
Yeah.
So it was I'm buying that.
And that's it. You're the only person to
ever have bought. I know the previous phone, the non-smartphone was bought a lot.
Yeah, those were years ago.
Yeah,
they're fucking struggling. That's the thing. They're struggling now. They're losing literally billions of dollars every fucking 1 or 2 months. They lose billions of dollars.
Yeah, and as much as we talk bad about PlayStation, I don't want to see it go under like at all. Nah, which I doubt it will, but.
Like I mean, I admittedly I like the Xbox more than the PlayStation. I'm not a fanboy because I like both of them. I own both of them.
Right.
But yeah, I'm the same way. Like
competition would be dead.
Yeah, like without the competition of the PlayStation or the Xbox, the other way, it's gonna be terrible for the consumer. Like it's just gonna, yeah, like they can price whatever. If you have no competition, you can just price it like, whatever you want.
Okay, here's $2,000 for the Xbox One, please.
Yeah, just like
and you will pay for it.
Yeah, it's like fuck that. I'm gonna go buy it. Oh, like
I already have the Wii U.
Yeah, it's like oh fuck, nothing else I can buy. Fuck. All right,
guys.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Here's at the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am Knowledge.
I'm Javi.
Peace.
Peace.